So let's start off with types of cooperative societies. Now before we can move into types of cooperative society, what is a cooperative society? It's a voluntary association of, let's say, minimum number of 10 people are required for you to start off a cooperative society. So if it is a partnership firm, you need a minimum number of 2. Now for a cooperative society, the minimum number of people required to start off the society is 10, which I have already told you. So with the help of 10 members, you will start off a cooperative society, which is a voluntary association of members coming together to do something good for the welfare of the society. Okay, so that's the society in which you're leading your life. All of us are leading our life. So what are the different, we have already looked into the features, we already looked into the merits and the demerits of cooperative society. So today we will be learning what are the types of cooperative society. Now this particular topic is a very important topic when it comes to your marks and scoring of your exam. So I am going to mark it here as an 8 marker. Okay, and the symbol that is says very important. Okay, so now the first one is you have consumer cooperative society, producer cooperative society, marketing cooperative society, farmers cooperative society, then you have credit cooperative society, and you have cooperative housing society. Now the first one is cooperative, consumer cooperative society. Now if you actually see properly, you can see here I have written in bracket consumer, here in bracket I have written producer, here again in bracket I have written producer, again here I have written farmers, then I have written people who seek financial help, then I have written again people who want to build houses. So in reality, if you actually see, the cooperative societies are of different types, okay, but it is all for the welfare of the consumers or the producers or people who are seeking help. That is the main reason why these cooperative societies are there. So the first one in that is the consumer cooperative society. Now what is this, what is the reason for you to form a consumer cooperative society? The main reason to form a consumer cooperative society is to protect the needs of the consumers. There are many consumers who are getting cheated in the hands of the manufacturers or in the hands of the producers. Consumers are not getting the best quality and the quantity of products. So that is the reason to eliminate all these kind of, let's say, adulteration and misconceptions, all these things. This kind of cooperative society is formed. So what is a consumer cooperative society? It is mainly formed to protect the interests of the consumers. Now what are they doing? How is this cooperative society helpful? It is providing good quality products. So I am going to underline the words. It is providing good quality products. Okay. So if you want to buy good quality products, you can anytime go to the consumer cooperative society and you can buy the best quality products. And what is this particular consumer cooperative society? What do? They buy the products from other producers or let's say from other manufacturers, and they end up selling the products to the consumers. So that is what this particular consumer cooperative society do. They see for the welfare of the consumers only. So they are selling good quality products and they eliminate middlemen. Middlemen refers to manufacturers, wholesalers, retailers. Who are your middlemen? It refers to manufacturers, wholesalers and retailers. So they eliminate. Eliminate means they cut down the middlemen, because middlemen are the ones who end up selling the product for a more price. So if the real cost of the product is, let's say, 20 rupees, these middlemen end up selling the product for 30 rupees or 40 rupees. So the people who are getting affected here are consumers. So these people, this particular kind of cooperative society buys the goods from the producer or the retailer or the wholesaler and ends up selling it to the consumer directly. Then what is happening? The goods are sold at reasonable prices. So if the real price of the goods is, let's say the manufacturer is selling it at 20 rupees, the consumer cooperative society will sell it at either 20 rupees or probably would sell it at 21 rupees, 1 rupee more. But if it comes to the wholesaler's hand, wholesaler will sell it for a more price, or probably retailer will sell it for even more price. So that is the reason they are saying they sell the products at a reasonable price, and goods are bought in bulk. Now who is buying the goods in bulk? The consumer cooperative society will buy the goods in a big, let's say in bulk means bigger quantity, larger quantity, and then keep it with them, and then they will sell off the goods to the consumers in pretty much smaller quantity. So that is with the consumer cooperative society. So who are the members in the consumer cooperative society? The members who are there in the consumer cooperative society are consumers. So who is it protecting? It is protecting the interests of the consumers. So I'm sure it's easy for you. So important terminologies for you to remember is good quality products is sold by the consumer cooperative society. It is sold at reasonable prices. Then it eliminates middlemen. See, and it is formed to protect. Who is it protect? It is protecting the interests of the consumers. So these people will nowhere cheat the consumers. Okay. So the second one is producer cooperative society. Now who is this producer, or what is this producer cooperative society? Who is its members? Members means people who it's protecting. So it's protecting the interests of producers here. Who is it protecting the interests of producers? Producers refers to small producers. We are not talking about big manufacturers. We are talking about small manufacturers or small producers who produce goods. So this particular producer cooperative society is protecting the interest. Interest means it's protecting the will of small producers. Now, who is it protecting? Again, I would underline, it's protecting small producers. Okay. Now, what is happening here? We have big capitalist organizations, like let's say who are your big organizations which sell? We have Big Bazaar, we have let's say D-Mart, we have let's say which are the other ones, Metro. So all these are big capitalist organizations who don't need, they don't have to advertise telling come buy your products here, we are giving it at this price, we are giving it at that price. Consumers are attracted to go ahead and buy from them. So what is happening here? These small producers, even if they have the best quality product, they are unable to sell it to the consumers. Reason because these particular people, the big capitalists, are grabbing all the consumers from them. So that is the reason what's happening. There is no sales happening for these kind of small producers. So what is happening here? These particular, they aim to fight against big capitalists. So this particular society, what is this? Producer cooperative society, what do? They ask the small producers to sell the goods to them. Okay. So if I'm a producer and you are a cooperative society, let's say you are a producer cooperative society and I'm a producer who's producing goods. So I will sell my goods to you, and you being the cooperative society, you will buy it from me and I will gain some amount of profit from you. You will buy my goods. So you are protecting me from the big capitalist. Big capitalist refers to what? Big producers, like let's say D-Mart, like let's say mega stores, or let's say like the other ones I've actually told you. So Metro, all these. So what happens here? And aims at bargaining power. So when the consumers come to these small producers and when they buy to them, they start bargaining. I'm in D-Mart itself, they're selling it for 19 rupees. Why are you selling it for 22 rupees? That's how consumers start bargaining. So what is happening? This particular cooperative society is protecting the needs of the consumers, needs of the producers from big organizations. Understood? So the next one is, it supplies raw materials, equipments and buys the output. So this particular cooperative society is supplying raw materials. Raw materials is ingredients, equipment is nothing but machineries, and buys the output. So what is happening? This kind of cooperative society is providing them help in form of giving them raw materials, better quality raw materials, equipment, and also buys the output from them. That output refers to the final product. So with the help of the raw materials and the equipments, the producer starts manufacturing the products and in turn resells the products to the producer cooperative society. And this particular producer cooperative society ends up selling the products to the consumers. Yes? Did you understand? So who are the people? Who are the members here? Producers. Who are the members here? Consumers. Okay? Now, whatever profit is earned by the producer cooperative society when they are selling to the consumers, this profit gets distributed among all the members in the cooperative society. Same thing here also. The profit gets distributed to all the members in the society. Now the next one is marketing cooperative society. There is a knack for you to learn this particular topic. Now what is happening here? If you see, again you have producers. Who is it protecting? It's protecting small producers. Again I will write here. Who is it protecting? It's protecting the interests of small producers. From whom? From big capitalists or big organizations. So what is happening? They help them to sell the products, and producers want reasonable prices for output. All this we have already looked into the producer cooperative society. So if you actually see, you can copy paste the same answer here itself, but only this particular point is changing. So only one particular point you need to add. So what is this marketing cooperative society doing? They are helping them in form of marketing function. Marketing refers to what? Advertising, personal selling, sales promotion, all these kind of things. They are providing marketing, let's say transporting. They are helping the producers to transport the goods. They are helping the producers to store the goods. They are helping the producers to package the goods. All these are the marketing functions. So you need to know, in marketing cooperative society, the main advantage or the main help provided to the producers is marketing functions like transportation, packaging, warehousing. All this is the help or facilities that is provided by the marketing cooperative society. Okay, so that's the main help they are providing. See, if you see here, they are protecting them from the interests of the big capitalists. They are providing raw materials, equipments, and they have been buying their output, and they have been giving them a sufficient amount of profit. But here they are providing them with all that as well as they are helping in the marketing functions of transporting, packaging, labeling, then let's say the other one, warehousing as well. There are other marketing functions as well, which you can see in the notes. Now the fourth one is, so here I am again going to underline the same points. So eliminates middlemen. Who are middlemen? Manufacturer, wholesaler, retailer. Then what is happening? It provides reasonable amount. That means it is helping the producers make sufficient amount of profits by buying the goods from the producers. So the producers before who could not sell anything are now at least able to sell the goods to the marketing cooperative society for some amount of profit. Now the next one is Farmers Cooperative Society. What is this Farmers Cooperative Society? Farmers Cooperative Society, it protects the farmers and protects the farmers from whom? These farmers are people who are killing themselves. These are farmers who are not able to till their soil because their land is being taken by the, let's say, landlords, and there's a lot of disputes happening with the land, because of which they cannot go ahead and till their soil. So because of all these reasons, this Farmers Cooperative Society is opened to help the farmers. So what is the help that's been provided to the farmers? They are getting good seeds, good quality seeds at a best price. They are getting good quality, let's say, machinery they are getting, seeds they are getting, whatever fertilizers is required to till the soil to make the plants grow. All that kind of help is being provided by this particular Farmers Cooperative Society. And if there's any disputes and fights as well, this particular farmers cooperative society goes ahead and protects the interests of the farmers. Then what's happening? It also buys the products from them. So whatever farmers they are providing, let's say the farmers are growing rice, so the rice bags are bought from the farmers and they end up selling it to the consumers or to different middlemen, and whatever money they are making, they are ensuring that their portion of the money is being given to the farmers so that the farmers can also lead a normal life. So all this is a help that's being provided by the farmers cooperative society. So I'm going to mark down the important terminology. So who is it protecting? It's protecting the farmers. Okay. Then it is the main aim of the farmers cooperative society is to ensure that it increases the productivity and there is large scale farming. Why large scale farming? Because nowadays you don't see any farmers actually tilling the soil or agriculturing. Most of us, why we are not into this agriculturing and all, we want to leave the villages, we want to leave this agricultural land, we want to convert it into sites and lands and sell it and make easy money. So who's going to be a farmer who's going to provide us with all this kind of food? No. So that is the reason their main aim is to ensure that the farmers are providing the productivity is there, that means cultivation is there and large scale farming takes place. For that, how are they helping? They are providing seeds, they are providing fertilizers, they are providing them best quality technology, machinery, so that they can go ahead and they can take care of the farming business. So what is happening? It increases the yield and return, okay, and it solves problems which is related to land dispute. So who are the members who are getting protected here? It is the farmers who are getting protected here when it comes to the farmers cooperative society. So the next one is credit cooperative society. Now, what is this credit cooperative society? This particular cooperative society is open to protect the people. Okay. Here everywhere you saw there is consumers, there is producers, here also you saw producers, here also you actually saw farmers. But what is happening here? This particular credit cooperative society is providing finance to people who want money. Okay, probably you need money for different business purpose or whatever it may be your purpose. For whatever loan terms you need, you want money. So for that sake, if you go to this credit cooperative society, they would be able to provide you money. So whatever loan you are taking, you will be paying reasonable amount of interest. So if you actually see, if you go to, let's say, these people who give you, they'll take your jewelry, you pledge your jewelry to them. Not this Muthoot Finance and all. I'm talking about the normal people close by a house. Some people would be this pawn brokers and pawn shops, where if they would take your jewelry or they would take some of your paper documents and they'll give you money. And every month you need to end up paying, let's say, only the interest amount. And the interest amount itself will be so heavy on your head that you cannot go ahead and pay the principal amount, so that you can take back your jewelry or take back your paper document. So what is happening here? Lifelong you end up paying only the interest amount. So this kind of cooperative society is helping by providing minimum amount of interest. So instead of you paying to the pawnbroker, let's say 10% interest or 4% or 5% interest, these people, depending on your job, they will give you the interest rates really low, pretty low, and depending on the interest rate, they will even give you an option of paying the principal amount. Okay. So what is happening here? The people are getting protected from the hands of the money lenders. People refer to people, normal people like us. So normal people are getting protected from the hands of the money lenders who charge high rate of interest on the loans. Okay. So that is the help that's provided by the credit cooperative society. See, easy credit on reasonable terms of loans. It protects the members from exploitation of lenders who charge high rate of interest on the loans. So whatever small amount of profit this particular cooperative society is making, this profit will again be distributed to the members in the cooperative society, depending on the capital that they have invested. Okay. So the last one is cooperative housing society. Now what is this word itself is telling you? Cooperative housing society. So this particular cooperative society builds houses. Example, flats. They build flats, they have lands, they will construct the houses, and those people who cannot build houses, who do not have enough money to build houses, for those kind of members, they will end up selling these houses. These houses they will build with strong foundation and good quality products. They will ensure all that is done. And what happens? The people who want an own house, they will go ahead and they will see the houses that these people have built. Depending on that, they will invest their money here and they'll end up paying the loan amount. And the loan amount will also be reduced. Reason because the government is also having a hand with the cooperative society. So the cooperative society cannot cheat the members anywhere. Okay, so what is this cooperative housing society? It helps people with limited income to construct houses at limited cost. So those people who have limited income, I'm not talking about the, let's say, the high class income people or the middle class, those people who are even below them, who have let's say a dream of building their own house, those kind of people, they are helping here. How? By constructing houses, by constructing flats. Okay, and they also have an option to pay in installments. So whenever these people have money with them, okay, probably every month they will pay them some amount of money, and in case suddenly they get more money, that money also they can pay it here for their loan. Okay, and they have easy installments rate so that the members are not struggling as well. Okay, so this particular, and they also have an option to buy land from this particular housing society as well. So all these are the different types of cooperative society. So who is it helping here? This particular cooperative society is helping people who want to build a house. Who want to build a house, who want to buy land, who have dreams about having their own houses. Okay, so who have limited resources, they don't have much of money to do proper paper document and all these things, they're not very much educated. So all that kind of people, they will definitely go ahead and help. So this topic is a very, very important as an 8 marker. So again we will do a revision or a recap. So the first one is what? Consumer Cooperative Society. So you please look at the board and probably you can make notes by taking the important terminologies. You can even zoom in and take notes so that you can mark it in your notebook and refer to it as well as learn it. So the Consumer Cooperative Society, who is it helping? It's helping the consumers. It's protecting the consumers by providing good quality products. It's eliminating middlemen. That refers to wholesalers, retailers as well as manufacturers who want to sell the product at a very high cost. Then what is happening? The second one is Producer Cooperative Society. Who is it protecting? Who are its members here? The producers are the members. These producers are small producers. We are not talking about big producers. Big producers refers to big capitalists, like let's say D-Mart, let's say Big Bazaar, all these Metro, all these are big capitalists who do not need much advertising. People will flood in to go and buy their products. So what is happening here? These small producers are getting affected because nobody wants to buy their products. So what is happening? These Producer Cooperative Society is helping them by providing raw materials, machinery, and even they buy the final product, the output from them. Okay, so whatever profits they are making by these producers gets distributed according to the ratio of what capital the cooperative society members have contributed. The third one is Marketing Cooperative Society. It refers to again small producers. What is happening? It is the same repetitive of Producer Cooperative Society, only that it performs marketing function. That's the extra point that is here. Marketing function like what? Packaging, transportation, warehousing, gives them even finance, gives them even let's say insurance. All these are your marketing functions. Yes, you have already learned this topic in the auxiliaries of trade under commerce. Then Farmers Cooperative Society, what is happening here? It's protecting the interests of the farmers. How? Because there's a lot of suicide that's happening nowadays with the farmers. Why? Because there's nobody to help them. So this particular Farmers Cooperative Society is providing providing inputs like seeds, fertilizers, machineries, and it's also helping to buy the yield from them. The main aim of this farmers cooperative society is so that it increases the productivity as well as ensures that there is returns from whatever is being cultivated. Then what is happening? Any land disputes, all this is getting solved through the farmers cooperative society. Then you have the last one, that is credit cooperative society. Sorry, second last one. It protects the interests of people who are from the money lenders' hands, because money lenders are people who always take the money and then they charge heavy rate of interest on the members or on the people. So it's protecting them and it's telling them you can take loans from us and we would charge you low rate of interest at reasonable installments. Then the last one is cooperative housing society. For those people who are of middle income or of lower income, who wants to buy houses, and let's say they want to purchase lands, for those kind of people this particular cooperative housing society is available. So these people, what do? They have installment rate options. They have different types of houses being constructed. You can also go and check and you can see whether you want to buy a land from them, whether you want to buy the constructed house. Depending on that, you will start paying your installment. So this particular topic is a very, very important 8 marker. This topic can also come as a 4 marker. So any doubts you have, any questions you have, you will ensure to ask me, message me, leave a comment on YouTube. Tell me, is the topic effective for you, this mode of teaching, or do you want me to change the mode of teaching? I'm sure I can adapt for you. So any doubts, any questions, please like, please subscribe and please share so that other people can also learn. Thank you so much.